stick you used wasn't bigger than a man's thumb. That was the rule of thumb, yeah? So now it is a crime. Okay, number C. Oh, number 3.
Oh, sorry. Number 3, what kind of behavior could be considered relationship abuse? We said D, all of the above.
Thank you. And it is. These are all controlling behaviors here. And somebody wants to take control. Okay. Number 4.
Number 4, 40%.
40%.
But
that is correct.
Is it saying like, we saw it, but is that saying like what percentage of teenage girls age 14 to 17 report to the police that they know someone, or just report to someone?
Report to someone.
Okay.
Their own age now. So they're reporting to a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They know someone who's been hit or beaten. 40%. Unfortunately, almost half of teenage girls polled across the country said they knew a teen who had been hit or beaten by her boyfriend. That's why it's so important for people to know that dating violence really happens. Okay, the next one.
Let's see. Is it that?
Okay.
Oh, it's us, okay. I think a friend of mine might be in a violent relationship. What should I do? We could talk to her, ask if everything's okay in a calm, non-judgmental way.
That is the correct answer. Okay. Number 6. Oh, sorry. 7.
Number 6.
Yeah, that is 6. No, it is 6.
So we'll read 7, right?
No,
Oh, okay, sorry. I think a friend of mine is hitting his girlfriend. What is the first thing should I do? And we said, A? We said A, talk to a friend. Oh, sorry. Sit down with him one-on-one at a quiet pace and start talking to him about it.
And that is correct. And B could also be correct, yeah? A or B could be correct. And basically, if he's a friend, you should be able to talk to him, yeah? So, the last one, you guys are the lucky ones to get the last one.
We put D, all the above.
All of the above. Very good. Okay, so this is a pre-test that we usually give them, that I try to give them, and it's really fast. And I have them do the pre-test, hand it in, and then do the post-test. I usually don't go through the answers till the end. But I just thought I'd just put it out there. I'm going to start off with, because I do this with the high school students, is how many of you wash clothes at home? I have mostly the girls who put up their hands, a few boys. Okay, can you tell me how you wash your clothes?
Well, just put it in the machine.
Just put it in the machine. Okay, does anybody do it differently?
Sometimes I wash my hands.
Okay, how do you do
As
it?
far as I mean, I think we all put in the machines, no?
So from
But
putting
then we
in
have
the
to put it
machine,
in
what's
it.
next?
Take it out, put it in the dryer.
Okay, what's next after that?
Fold
Hold it
Okay.
on my bed. Or sometimes people hang it after they wash.
Okay, and do you guys do it all the time like that? Just take your wash, put it in the machine, turn it on, it
Yeah.
washes, take it out, put it in the dryer, it dries, you fold your clothes. So that's a cycle, yeah? Okay, I want to tell you guys about another cycle. And the cycle I want to talk to you about is called the cycle of abuse, yeah? And basically it's in your folder. But I like to draw this one because I think I'm quite a good drawer now. I like to draw it here because I like to go through every stage of it. So when I start out, I always go, okay, I'm going to teach you guys about a cycle. And the cycle I'm going to tell you guys about is called the cycle of abuse. Now this word abuse, is it okay to be angry? Because usually there's a lot of anger that comes with abuse. Is it okay for you to be angry?
Yes.
Yes, why? What is anger?
An emotion.
It's an emotion. It's like being sad, like being happy. These are all emotions. And it's okay to be angry. Everybody gets angry. But is it okay to be violent? And violent is the next step of being angry. It's what you do with being angry. Okay, we all deal with it differently, and I'll tell you about another cycle later. But I want to talk to you about the cycle of abuse. Basically, we start with what they call relative calm. Everything in the house is going okay. Dad comes home. Now, I've had a few examples, and I'm going to present it to you. When I was working in the shelter, and you can use these because the kids like stories. I was working in the shelter, a lady comes in, busts up nose, 2 black eyes. Her son had a broken bone up here, broken arm, and he was trying to defend Mum. Dad came home, traffic was terrible from what Mum recalls. Walked into the house was dirty, she didn't have time to clean. He asked why she hadn't cleaned up the house. She told him, well, I was busy today. He went into the toilet to use the bathroom. He came out and he punched her in the face. Small little Asian lady, big Polynesian lady. He told her, next time I come home, you make sure that the toilet paper goes down this way. I don't want to see the toilet paper go this way. And that ticked him off enough to punch her in the face. Because how many times had he told her? Many times. And to her, she didn't listen. So what we have is we have a build-up of tension. Because of traffic, he had a bad day at work, traffic, comes home, his wife didn't do what he said. So the tension has now built, yeah? So we have tension building. He comes home, and this is supposed to be a bomb. So those of you who can draw really nice, do a better job than me. He gets so mad, he punches her in the face, yeah? Later on, what happens? And it's really funny, but the kids who see this at home can tell you exactly what happens. What happens?
After he's done the abuse?
After he's done the abuse, hours pass. She's cleaned up. Oh, yes.
Makes sense.
I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. And what does that part of the cycle say?
Goes back to relative calm.
Some people call this the honeymoon stage. Yeah. Others have different names. I'll just use the old terms. It's a honeymoon stage. And this is where he actually could bring her roses, flowers, candy, constantly saying, I love you, I'll never do it again, I promise I'll never do it again, I'll even go get counseling. These are all the things women fear. Yeah, why?
They're tricking them into like believing they're supposed to stay.
Yeah, he doesn't want her to leave. Yeah? He don't want her to leave until he gets mad again. And this is another cycle that goes round and round. It happens often in some houses. It happens once in a while in other houses. It happens frequently in some houses. It happens infrequently in some houses. It depends. And it goes round. But what we've found in research is that after a while, this stage no longer exists. And it goes from getting mad, not feeling sorry for what he does. Because you hear terms, women say terms like, it's me who makes him mad. If I hadn't have done this, he wouldn't have done that. Yeah? So after a while, she starts believing that it's all her fault, and he starts thinking, yeah, it is all her fault. It's her fault that I did it. Yeah? So that cycle goes on and on. Any comments? draw it out and to explain each section. You can actually have, I use, you can just hand out that if you don't want to draw it out. I have an example in there of the cycle of abuse. And you can just hand that out if you want. I'm just going to go through a lot of interactive things you could do, you know, with the group, so that you'd be able to interact. I also do the body. And I ask them if they could each come up, and I'll start, it depends on the time you have in the class. If it's a full hour class, then you could do more activities. I find that I run out of time a lot, so you just gotta really watch, somebody gotta really watch the time for you. But I have somebody come up and draw a face, the next person come up and draw the arms, the next person draw the legs or the body. And what I do is tell them, draw an angry face. Everybody make an angry face. Oh, you have the angriest face there. You can go and draw the face. You know, and I have them go up and draw the face. And I says, okay, that looks like a real angry person. And I go through the body. I said, how do you think the head feels when you're angry? And they always go, oh, there's lines, you know, my dad's angry, his lines come up on his head and his eyes are bulging and I can see smoke coming out of his ears. So these kids will actually explain to you, you know, how the angry face looks. And then how about the hands? Oh, they're trembling like this. They're like this, they're in a fist. So for some kids it's hard to draw it, others just makes it bigger. And then how about the body, the rest of the body? All the legs are knocking, the knees are knocking. And I go, so you know what an angry body looks like. Do you know how an angry body feels like? Think of the last time you were angry. Yeah? And I said, feel that. Okay? Just try and feel when was the last time you were angry. And try and create that for you. When were you angry? And I do what I call a cycle of violence. And the cycle of violence, I don't think I have that in there. I do have the cycle of violence.
You don't have the cycle of abuse, you have the cycle of violence.
Okay, this cycle of violence that I have, the second one, is actually a description of all the different areas, yeah? Yeah, that one's the cycle of the, oh, okay, I called you the wrong name. That's the cycle of violence, the other one's the cycle of abuse. Okay. All right, sorry about that.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I called them the wrong names. I talk about, and I like to talk about this word. Because I explain to them what impulse control is. Every one of us is born with impulse control. And that somewhere along the line, some of us choose to use it or not use it. And what